What's going on? What's going on, y'all? There's the conservative cipher with your man Sazo, where we separate what you're hearing and break it down to the truth. Let's get into it. First of all, we're about to start with my hometown, New York City. And, I try to stray away from the politics for the first couple of videos, the New York City politics for the first couple of videos, because I wanted to give y'all a worldview. But I guess we got to address the unavoidable, which is our new mayor, Zoran Mamdani. That boy crazy. So let's get into it.
Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani ran on a very successful message that he would make the lives of New Yorkers more affordable. But right now, the city council is also considering a bill that would make their lives more affordable. And that's a pay hike bill, which would...
Ain't that crazy? The first thing he get in office and what he do, he ain't work 10 days and he want a raise.
Increase the salaries of city council members, borough presidents, the public advocate, the comptroller, and the mayor by around 16%. So right now, members of the city council make about $158,000 annually. But if this bill is approved, they'd be making over $170,000. And for Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, he stands to make over $300,000.
Wow.
Which is more than what Mayor Eric Adams makes, which is about $260,000.
Can you imagine that? First day in office, he requesting that he wants a raise. He wants a raise. And he's a city worker, so that is actually coming out of our taxes. This was the guy who was running on the fact that the billionaires will pay everything and we will pay less. They're going to pay their fair share. But first thing he wants to do is an increase of his income.
Mamdani needs to decide, does he want to play nice with the city council, who he will have to work with to get forward all of his promises that he ran on? They argue the council hasn't received a raise in about a decade. And if you want quality people, quality public servants in city government, then you need to pay them so they don't go into the private sector. Now, while the mayor-elect has not yet said whether or not he supports or doesn't support this bill, it's a political question, because if Mamdani says he backs a pay raise immediately upon him coming into City Hall, New Yorkers might be wondering, well, didn't you promise to make our lives more affordable? Mamdani constantly talks about how people are leaving the city before they even have kids and are able to put them into the public school system. They're going to New Jersey, they're going to Connecticut. And it really becomes a question of whether or not he wants to approve something that benefits a small group of elected officials as opposed to trying to achieve those long-term goals of making the lives of New Yorkers more affordable.
There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to support this bill one way or another, because one way or another, he's going to get more money personally to his pocket. I'm sure of it. Whether it's taking money under the table, I'm not putting it past them. Whether it's selling influence, or whether it's actually through our tax dollars. So it's no surprise that the city council wants more money, as well as the mayor. A 16% increase is not an increase, a dollar or 50-cent raise. 16% of your annual income. That's a lot of money. Doesn't sound like socialism to me. It sounds like, it sounds like, it does sound like socialism. Excuse me. It does. 100%. He wants more money. And I thought it was actually to help us out and, help us actually save money. But first thing from day one, city council is a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Money so that we can give you money. And it's called an infinite money glitch.
But why are we fundraising?
Well,
Since we won the election, we've been pretty busy.
we've mainly been spending our time asking you, the people we've been promising financial help to give us money so that we can give you money. And it's called an infinite money glitch.
But why are
This is crazy. Now, after he, requests that his city council, which I include him as well, I'm sure he knew the bill was being proposed before he even ran. It's no surprise, but of course he's going to act like it's a surprise. But not only that, he's begging for more money now, more donations of your tax dollar that's already been taxed. He wants you to donate that on top of your taxes.
How are we fundraising?
Well, it's pretty simple. Your hard-earned dollars are going directly to our covered income program. By helping to cover the income of others, you in turn will get covered income.
We have less than 50 days until we...
My tax dollars should cover the income of other people. Don't they work and get their hourly wage or salary? Why should I donate to the government who's already taxing me? Why should I donate my taxed money that's already being taxed to you?
Big office. We have a lot to do. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city.
So for the nearly 8 million New Yorkers who are assigned the wrong gender at birth, your transition won't be covered by the city unless you get covered income.
I should pay for your sex change operation? You can't be serious. No way, no how. You cannot be serious. You saying because you don't know who you are, I should pay for you to change to who you want to be? This makes absolutely no sense. This is crazy.
But that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million.
And that money is going directly towards child gender reassignment surgeries.
Which is...
Nah, this is a joke. This is a joke. Oh, he's trolling. Okay, I got it. The dude is trolling. But, I mean, he's trolling about the money going directly to gender change surgeries, but I mean it's still a donation to Mamdani after he said that he's gonna get all his money from the rich. Go to the rich people and get your money from there.
Much lower than the last administration's transition. I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money, but until then, I'm asking.
He's asking me for still. That's crazy. I'm a conservative, so I believe in lower taxes, try to make things more affordable, reasonably priced, lower the cost of energy, lower the cost of housing, lower taxes. But this is crazy.
Probably going to keep asking until like 2030 because our financial model doesn't work.
So visit coveredincome.com and please donate whatever is in your bank.
Hey, yo.
Oh, he's funny. That guy is funny, but Mamdani is definitely out here in New York City, sending out his peddlers to, request that you give more of the money that you take home after it's been taxed, after you actually go grocery shopping and you buy groceries, and those groceries are being taxed. After you pay for your gas, that's being taxed. After you pay for your mortgage with the tax on top of that tax. What else? After you go clothing shopping, you got to pay taxes on that. If you choose to go to the movies, you got to pay taxes on top of your tickets. If you buy some food while you're at the movies, you're going to have to pay taxes on top of that. And then Mamdani, Zoran, is coming for his tax money. It's crazy.
And it feels nice to have someone represent the policies I believed in for so long in the government.
When has socialism ever worked?
Socialism has not ever worked other than in Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and every
Those are some of the most capitalist countries. Guys, how are we feeling about Mamdani winning?
amazing.
Why? Why?
Because I'm a socialist too, and it feels nice to have someone represent the policies I believed in for so long in the government.
When has socialism ever worked?
Socialism has not ever worked.
It's funny that you can be a socialist in a country that's not, or a country or state that's not a socialist country or state. Because usually the average people in countries that have a socialist government are not socialists. That's why they flee.
perfect other than in Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and every
Those are some of the most capitalist countries in the entire world, according to
Definitely are. 100%.
the Economic Freedom Index.
That is actually not true.
It actually is true.
They have socialist policies.
I've heard the people assess the government of Switzerland say that no, we're not a socialist country. Direct quote.
Oh, they don't. They have social welfare nets, but they have freer markets in the
What
United
is
States.
socialism?
Socialism, well, do you mean in the Marxian sense?
No, because socialism isn't a Marxist ideology.
Actually, it is. Marx uses communism. No, Marx uses the two interchangeably. Socialism is a system. On page 46 of the German ideology, Karl Marx says that communism is just allegiance to socialism.
And what is modern day socialism, according to Bernie Sanders and every politician?
But you asked what was socialism. He gave you the definition of what the socialism is. The means, the control of production is one of the things about socialism. Like if you have no private, no corporate corporations, everything will be controlled and owned by the government, which Mamdani is trying to do specifically by trying to control the grocery stores.
Represents it, and not Marx, who was born in the 1800s.
Hold up. Karl Marx is the father of socialism.
No, Karl Marx is the father of
Yes, he is.
communism.
No, he uses them interchangeably.
So all of the
They're the
social
same thing.
welfare programs that work for Finland that Mamdani wants
Yeah,
to have
that's not
here.
socialism. Socialism is
Yeah, it's one thing to have social welfare programs or social security nets that people, the citizens, the residents agree to pay, especially for people who are in the worst position. Social Security, not Social Security, because Social Security doesn't necessarily mean you're in the worst position. You actually work for your Social Security. Something like Medicaid, where we can contribute some of our tax dollars to help out people who are not financially in a position to take care of themselves when it comes to, things like medical bills, food shopping, rent. Those are some social programs that we have. Doesn't make us a social does not make this a social government or socialist government.
when you have social welfare nets.
And even that, to a certain extent, is not great. Meaning that the government is in control of those programs when those programs usually should their best fit when they're allocated through the people. For instance, if the community determine who gets welfare, who gets WIC, who gets a one-shot deal to pay their rent, it would be more under control than the government having oversight over the program. Meaning that the government won't even really check to see if, the government really doesn't know you, just sees you as a number compared to the community that you live in. They can see what type of person you are and how you're living and know you personally, so they can determine if you deserve welfare or not. I think that makes more sense compared to the government determining if you need welfare, if you get WIC, if you get social services, because it can be a real blanketed situation.
Work for Finland and Sweden and all of those countries.
No, they would be better if they didn't have them, but they do. They're still more capitalist in the United States, though, because their markets are freer.
Okay, if they're more capitalist in the United States, but they have those social welfare programs, what is your problem with Mamdani, which continuing to use New York as a capitalist state, including those social welfare
Because
programs?
Mamdani wants to implement policies that will get people hurt. He wants to cut the balls off the police force, and he also wants to do a bunch of free stuff that we can't afford to pay for.
How do you know that we can't afford to pay?
Well, how are we going to pay for it?
How are we going to pay for it with tax money, with tax dollars?
Okay, where the tax dollars come from?
Tax dollars are coming from all of the billionaires and wealthy people. That
Well, they already pay.
There's only about 3,000 billionaires in America. I'm not sure if that's America or the world. It's only about 3,000 billionaires. And 3,000, let's say 3,000 in America, right? America is so big that the billionaires can go wherever they want. They can take their businesses wherever they want. So it's easy for, let's say specifically New York. Let's say New York has 500 billionaires. Just 500. Or let's say 1,000. Let's give it 1/3 of the billionaires that exist in America lives in New York. That's just 1,000 people. You know how easy and simple it will be for them to relocate, especially into a place that gives them more incentives to live, more incentives to do business, less taxes. Think about it. It can happen in a snap of a finger.
The top 1% already pays 50% of all taxes. Yeah.
Can you prove
IRS
that,
data.
Jeff Bezos?
IRS data reflects that the top 1% already pays 50% of all taxes. The top 50% pays 90% of all taxes.
So when billionaires go online and they say they haven't paid us,
Top 10% pay 50% of all the taxes. Think about that, man. So if 1,000 people leave with their taxable income, a lot of people be shit out of luck. Especially if you're relying on other people's money to do business. Think about it. Government doesn't generate anything. They don't make anything. They don't create anything. They just actually benefit from our tax dollars. Now, when all of those billionaires remove themselves from a system like New York, then what? That expense is going to roll down on the next in line.
single tax dollar since 2010. You think that they're
that's
lying?
Literally not true. It's because they're investing in other places that the government gives them breaks, but they still pay in volume more taxes than anybody.
Yes, then another thing is you got to think about it. Billionaires create jobs, and the jobs are, right, when billionaires create jobs and people are employed by these billionaires, those people pay taxes.
Else.
Just admit
And
it that
furthermore,
they don't actually
no,
pay
it's not
because they're
true.
paying in
No.
rates.
The top 1% pays 50% of all taxes. But I ask you, so if you tax the rich to oblivion,
Yes.
what happens when the rich leave the city? Who's to tax then?
They won't leave the city.
Why not?
That's what I'm saying. If like I said, if there's only 3,000 billionaires, right, in America, it's a small number. And let's say 1,000 of them are living in New York City and they choose to leave. Then what? Gavin Newsom is trying to do something where if you leave and you're a billionaire, you still owe the state of California, which is, I'm sure New York is going to follow suit with that.
They've already done it in California.
Because in New York State we have Wall Street, they're not leaving. And so what
You
if
think they can't leave? Then who are you going to tax when they leave?
We're just going to continue taxing people, but your
Oh,
argument.
the middle class, right?
Yes, actually, the middle.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, more taxes on me, or more taxes on you yourself. If you're a middle class person, you make 70, 75, 80, 100, 150,000 a year. This lady's going to tax you even more money. She's going to tax you more money to fix something that's never going to be fixed.
Oh, okay, so you explained it. So we're going to tax the shit out of the middle class when the rich people leave after you tax the shit out of them.
I think we should tax the shit out of everybody. Yes, I think.
Oh my goodness gracious. Just tax the shit out of everybody. That's crazy. I swear these are the Democrats that you vote for. These are the liberal. She's the next up and coming. I bet she's probably gonna be president. She's probably gonna be mayor of New York City. Just tax the shit out of it. Just take all the money you work for. It's freaking crazy. Wages is already low enough. Then you have to increase. Then you want to increase taxes.
The middle class should be taxed 50% like she does in Sweden.
Okay, that is wild.
Completely crazy, out of this world. It don't make any sense, but these are the policies that people support. This is actually the indoctrination. That has a grip on America, and it's been a long time coming. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day. Said he was a communist socialist. Man, we have to really consider the education and the system that we're living in today, because it's truly, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Well, If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, talk to me. If you have any personal opinions, leave a comment, hit subscribe, like the video. And my name's Sazo, this is the Conservative Cipher, and I'm out.